Hi, Sarah Pacaro, rapid transformational therapist, hypnotherapist. Today's video is going to be about alternatives to self-harm. If you have been in a toxic and unhealthy relationship, maybe you were raised in a really nasty, negative, toxic environment, a home environment, you're still in that environment and you're feeling this need, this urge to harm yourself because you just want to feel. Maybe your emotions are so numb and you just can't feel anymore and you want to express and release. You know you shouldn't be self-harming, but you don't know what else to do to feel. So that is where the power of hypnosis, rapid transformational therapy, breaks those bonds, those connections, gets to the root of where those feelings come from. They can feel overwhelming at times, but today's video is going to be alternatives to self-harm, things that you can do instead of that. I have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful friend who now has a big tattoo on her leg that covers up all the scars from when she used to self-harm on her leg. And it's just a reminder of, there's a quote on it, beautiful flowers, of how far she's come. And in conversations with her, she's just said, I didn't know what else to do to feel. I don't do that anymore, but this is now a representation of what I used to feel and how far I've come. So today's video is going to be about 40 alternatives to self-harm, to get you to focus on something else, even if just for a minute, to get you through. Sometimes it's minute by minute, sometimes hour to hour, day by day, right? One step at a time. And you've heard that song, one step at a time. So sometimes it is just that. So 40 alternatives to self-harm. The first thing you can do is get a magazine or get photos of maybe that person who made you feel that way and take those photos, or even draw pictures of them, or take magazines. Maybe you see people in magazines that you're jealous of, that you think, I'm never going to have a body like that. I'm never going to be that pretty. No matter what I do, no matter how hard I try, that will never be me. And you get angry or triggered when you look at those magazines. So take them, rip them up, shred them up, maybe burn them, obviously, in a very safe place, burning the house down. The next best alternative is movement. Go for a walk, like get outside, go for a walk. If you live somewhere where it's kind of difficult to get outside and go for a walk, and go to the gym or walk on the treadmill, move your body. Movement is a form of releasing. Allow yourself to cry, but allow yourself to cry without shaming yourself for it, and let it all out freely. I remember in the midst of the toxic the relationship with the narcissist, I would cry. I mean, it seemed like that's all I did was cry. Cry and cry and cry, so much so that my top and bottom eyelids got so swollen and red and puffy, like they looked like lips that had just been injected. Like I could barely open them. And I would go into the bathroom and I would sit in front of the bathroom, like crying, staring at myself crying, but then I would shame myself. Look how pathetic you are. Look how ugly you are. Look at you. So allow yourself to cry without shaming yourself. That's a big one. Like let it all out. That like the ugly cry, right? That your pillow is wet. Another thing to do is distract yourself with YouTube videos. There are so many amazing, amazing videos. We all say, right, just YouTube it, right? Whenever we can't figure something out. So find an empowering channel that fills your head with positive thoughts. Like you can make it. You've got this. Like the strength is in the struggle and it's in the light. You feel like you're in the dark now. The strength is going into the light. So distract yourself with YouTube videos. I mean, Hulu, Netflix, binge watching stuff can often be a coping mechanism, a distraction to really what's going on underneath. That's where hypnosis and rapid transformational therapy help you come in to really rewire, reprogram those beliefs. But distraction is healthy. Not all the time, but it can be. And I remember in my journey in the beginning, that's what I would do. I would listen to podcasts, audibles, YouTube videos that were really empowering, like Brene Brown. She talks about her vulnerability. And so use YouTube for good. Write down words that empower you and stick them or tape them all over your body. Like, for example, get a little sticky note and write things about yourself, like, I am smart, and stick it on your head. I am loving, and stick it on your heart. I am strong, and stick it on your arm. And then as you rip these off, say them 3 times with conviction. I am smart. I am smart. I am smart. I am loving. I am loving. I am loving. And make them positive and in the present. I am strong. I'm full of strength. I am strong. Knowing you've made it through your hardest days. So that is the truth about you. You are strong. Another really cleansing, healing thing is to reorganize things. Reorganize your room, reorganize your furniture, your house. Like move the couch around somewhere. Uh, Maybe you don't have the money to buy anything new, and that's okay. But if you move it into a different place, it feels new. So rearrange and organize your room, like clean up. There's therapy and healing and cleaning. Another powerful thing is get a notebook and write down negative things, negative thoughts on that piece of paper, and then rip them up. Just hearing that ripping is releasing. So write down those negative thoughts on a piece of paper, rip them up. Reach out to a friend, call a friend and say, hey, I need to talk to you really quick. Please, like, don't try to tell me what I did or didn't do wrong. Please just listen to me. I feel, right? And and don't stay alone. Like you're not alone. There is help out there. If you feel like you don't have any friends to connect to, please reach out and use a crisis hotline. There are so many different avenues and ways that you can connect with people who can talk to you. And then talking is a form of releasing to heal your feelings. Use aromatherapy. I love essential oils. Like some of the ones that are my favorite are Serenity. It's a restful blend, a calming blend. I use this just before going to bed at night. I put it right here and then I put it on the bottom of my feet. Even smelling it when my daughter's having a tantrum, I won't even always put it on her because she doesn't like it all the time, but I will open up the cap and I'll just say, smell. Breathe in. Now exhale. And you can immediately just see that that release. Use these. I like, Adaptive is a really good one of my favorites, one that I share with my clients. It's a calming blend. This is one I use every day, all the time. And what I like to do, especially with aromatherapy or essential oils, is put it on and then tell myself a positive affirmation. So you're making that connection, kind of like Pavlov's dog when he was training them, right? They saw the white coat and then their mouth started salivating, thinking they were going to get fed. So even smelling this now, I think I am enough. I'm lovable. I am amazing. I'm worthy. Even just smelling that floods my brain with powerful, positive thoughts. So use aromatherapy, use essential oils, things that you like that make you like smell good, make you feel good. Another really cool thing is to plan your dream holiday because that puts your mind in a positive future state. What happens when we get depressed and stuck in this anxious negative state where we feel that urge to self-harm is that we feel like it's never going to get better. So planning out your dream holiday, maybe it's creating a vision board of it, taking out, cutting out pictures and putting them on, like where you want to go, where you want to travel. That can be really healing. Another thing you can do is get a hug pillow, like if you have a big body pillow and squeeze it and hug it. Oftentimes we're feeling really disconnected. I actually sleep with a weighted blanket, and I think I have the heaviest weight. It's like 40 pounds. It's so heavy that my daughter can't even lift it. But I notice at night, it really allows me to just feel tight, compressed, and release under that. It's the same reason why I used to have a Doberman, big dog, like big dog, right? Scary. He was actually the sweetest, most loving dog ever. But he was terrified of thunder. And dogs are afraid of thunder. It starts storming and he would crawl in the back of the closet and just start shaking. And then they have those thunder jackets, those thunder vests that you put on the dogs. And it does the same thing. It squeezes them. I used to work with children with autism. And they have weighted vests, weighted blankets that they use. And what it does calms the central nervous system down. So using something like that, if you don't have a weighted blanket, maybe just adding a couple of blankets on. Have a cold shower. Maybe you've heard of cryotherapy. Having a cold shower, what it does is shock your central nervous system, and it takes the blood that's moving through all the parts of your body, and it takes them, focuses and concentrates them on the vital organs to keep yourself alive. And then after that cold shower or that ice bath or the cryotherapy, then your body returns to its natural state and pumps out new, fresh oxygen, blood, white blood cells, red blood cells, all those things to revitalize you literally from the inside out. Another thing that you can do instead of self-harming is writing out the lyrics to your favorite song, your empowering song. Music triggers things in us. If you listen to a song that's you can kind of get like, oh, I'm like, turn it off. Or if I listen to a song that I love country music, I'm like, oh my gosh, my mood instantly changes. And writing is releasing. So write out the lyrics to your favorite song. And then after that, have a dance party to let out any extra excess energy. Maybe you want to throw on a really like heavy metal song and dance around, and maybe you want to grab pillows and punch them, or use them to hit against the wall, whatever it is. Music is releasing as well, so you can write out the lyrics, you can scream out the lyrics. Another thing you can do is to browse Amazon. Oh, Amazon is the most amazing thing, and create a wish list. And I don't recommend, retail therapy in the form of, if you can't afford it, just go buy it. But when you're in that moment where you want to harm yourself, you're not seeing a future. So creating an Amazon wish list gets you to see a future. I'm going to buy that. And maybe make it within a certain range. Maybe it's like $0 to $20 or $0 to $50. And at the end of each month, reward yourself. Like, I made it through this month. I made it another step. And then go in and purchase one of those things for yourself. Another thing you can do, just like when you were in junior high, like grab a Sharpie and get your journal and just doodle. Just allow your mind to be free. Maybe like write out bubble letters of your name and then like color them in, put little stars on them, like you used to do when you were younger and you're creative and imaginative, and you just let your mind flow. So doodle all over your notebook. Repeat a positive affirmation. I deserve love, not pain. I deserve love, not pain. I deserve love, not pain. And repeat that. Mind learns by repetition. So saying it over and over and over and over again, your mind goes, you do deserve love, not pain. And maybe just that one phrase continuing to be repeated was what was going to get you through one more day. Another thing I like to do, or have my child, she's only 4, we haven't gotten there yet, but I've worked with many other women who have older kids, and they're like, I have my child who attempted to end things or is harming themselves. What can I do? You can have them put a timer, use the timer on your phone, and just get through. Maybe it's 1 minute. When that timer goes off, reward yourself. Okay, then reset, reset, reset. And after every minute or after every time the timer goes off, congratulate yourself on the strength and self control. You just made it through an entire minute not harming yourself. That is amazing. Now do it again. It's just 1 minute. You can do anything for a minute. They used to say that in some of the exercises class. You can do anything for a minute. And I'm like, I can't hold plank. But you can. Another thing you can do is start counting. I would remember doing that when the like instructor is screaming, come on, you've got this, you can do anything for a minute. And I'm like 60, 59, 58, 57, and I'm holding it. Ooh, my body is shaking because I'm holding plank for a minute. And I'm like, she's crazy, right? But you can do anything for a minute. And then the counting helps your mind focus on something. Instead of focusing on the self-harm, you're focusing on that. It's counting. Maybe it's simply chewing gum, and focus your attention on that. I know that really, really helped me in the past. I always had gum on me, and it would give me something to focus on. It was oftentimes when I was in the toxic and unhealthy relationship that I would just focus on them and why can't I do anything right and what is wrong with me, and I would just chew gum all the time, and it gave me a distraction, a diversion to take me off of that. Practice a mindfulness exercise. There are many, many apps out there. There's Calm, there's Insight Timer, there's so many meditation apps. And then just turn it on. Sometimes we criticize ourselves because I can't meditate. Just turn it on, just listen to the words. You're not going to notice your thoughts coming and going. Uh, Break sticks. How fun is this? Do you remember when you were a kid and you'd like walk around and you'd see sticks and taking them and breaking them with your hands, or breaking them over your knee, or hitting like a wall or a rock with them and hearing and feeling the sound of the crack and the crunch? Go break sticks in your backyard. Uh, Count the tiles on your floor. You can, my carpet has little squares on it. Like, pick a section and try to count. Or maybe it's, you multiply, like, okay, there's a 7. Give yourself something else to focus on. That's what all these exercises are about, to not focus on the self-harm, to focus on something else. This is another thing. Put fake tattoos on. You can grab a marker, any area on your body where you're wanting to harm. My girlfriend, she used to harm on the top of her leg. She would cut up there. And now she has a big tattoo over it. But instead, if you don't want to go through the pain and the money and the process of getting a real tattoo, she actually said it was even more painful to tattoo over because of the scar tissue. And it was more difficult for the tattoo artist and more painful for her. So pick the area that you want to harm yourself in and grab a marker and draw over that. Give yourself a big tattoo over that. That gives you something else to focus on, and it's less painful and expensive. Another thing you can do with those stress balls, actually, while I was getting my tattoo, was squeezing that. Oh, so use that, but without the pain of a tattoo. Squeeze a stress ball. Really cool trick and technique. When you're wanting to self harm, you feel small, you feel insignificant, you feel that you don't matter, you don't have a place in this world. And oftentimes, these thoughts come in the darkness, and the darkness is at night. So, when you notice these thoughts, especially at night, go outside, go out into the night sky and look up at the stars and just try to count them. What this does is it, first of all, distracts you, but then it gives you something else to focus on and makes you realize you are a part of something so much bigger. And it gets you out of here and it gets you out there to see that you're a part of something much bigger. So at nighttime, go outside and count the stars. It's really cool if you've ever stared at the moon too, to just go, wow, every day the moon comes up and it is massive. And I'm a part of this universe. I'm a part of the universe. The stars, the moon are a part of the universe. So go outside at night and just breathe in the night air and count the stars. You can use a pen or a marker to draw on yourself. Like I said, I actually have another friend who she had an eating disorder. She would binge and purge. And instead of the purging, which is a form of self harm, she would knit. She is an amazing knitter now, but she needed something to do with her hands other than the purging. So learn how to knit. And there's YouTube videos about that. Learn how to crochet, learn how to do something with your hands. Play your favorite song and just dance out. Treat yourself maybe to your favorite meal. Maybe you love to cook and cook your favorite meal. It doesn't have to be a special occasion. Special occasion is today, the fact that you are alive and you're here. That's a special occasion. So cook your favorite meal to celebrate that. Another fun thing that I like to do is pop bubble wrap. And my daughter likes to do this too. And we'll get bubble wrap and maybe she'll jump on it and hear all the bubbles pop, or we'll pop it with our fingers. You can do this with balloons too. Balloons are really powerful because you are required to breathe in pretty deeply to blow them up so you can get a bag of balloons. And you'll feel that pressure, that tension if it's the first time the balloon has been blown up. So you are forced to breathe in and then and you can feel that release. And then you can simply let it go and like get distracted by listening to it go, or you can tie it in a knot and pop it. And when you hear that pop, imagine that release. All that tension, that worry, all those negative thoughts that led you to wanting to self harm get released when the balloon pops. I love to polish my nails. So pick a new color, a favorite color, give yourself a manicure, a pedicure, and polish your nails. Um, Go pick flowers or buy yourself flowers and just appreciate the beauty in the flowers and the beauty in you because it is in there. That was a lot of tips and tricks for when you feel that urge to self harm. So I hope these help you or someone that you know to make it through. Maybe it's just one more minute, one more hour, one more day, but you try these on and know that when you're in that place, there are subconscious patterns and programmings running in your mind that are causing those feelings, those urges to harm. And the best, most powerful, effective way to get rid of those, eliminate those, rewire those to positive ones, are through the subconscious mind, utilizing hypnosis and rapid transformational therapy. That is what I specialize in. So I would love to connect with you if that's where you're at and want more information, are interested in connecting and working one-on-one together. So I appreciate you guys staying, subscribe, like, comment, and I look forward to connecting and hearing how these worked out for you or someone that you know. Thanks, guys.